There's something that has been bothering you. There's one last thing that you need to face before you can be reborn, before you can come into the new power of yourself. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot, or welcome back if you're a returning subscriber, or even if you're not a subscriber, hey, please subscribe. This is a general reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whatever area of your chart you're wanting to have a look at. And if you don't know what the different areas of your chart are, there's a link in the description below that will send you off to get a free birth chart. It's always a good idea to know at least what your rising sign is. Then, one, in ancient astrology, your rising sign was most important. And two, you'll understand what's going on when they keep talking about the houses in astrology. So, also in the description below, there's the details about the reading, obviously, but there's a link to the Facebook group if you're wanting to contact me, or if you're wanting to receive a reliable method of getting your notifications of when I post videos, then the Facebook group is it. So, as a general reading rules apply. Timing's not absolute. Roles can be reversed. I could be talking about somebody else and it's actually you. I could be talking about you and it's actually somebody else. What I read is the energies. For that matter, gender's not specific either. It's masculine and feminine energies rather than people. Sometimes I'll get people, but 9 times out of 10 it's energies. But with the role reversal, normally these readings are about you. Full stop, about you. So where these readings are different, I am not a reader who says take what resonates and discard the rest. There is a past and a present in my spread. If the past and the present don't fit, then the reading's not for you. Simple as that. Go on to look at your moon sign or your rising sign. And did I mention your rising sign was important? Or have a look at other readers. There's plenty of good ones on YouTube, and come back next month. But it's a job lot. It's a package, you know, the whole reading or nothing at all. The other thing is I would like you to ask a question. So pause the video if you have to. Take a moment to think about all the questions that are around you. Pick one of them. There's focus on it, concentrate on it, because energy in, energy out. But be aware of all of them, because the cards will answer whatever they please to, and not necessarily what you and I think is the most important question. So, having said that, any other further details about the reading are in the description below. Let me bring up the cards and stop waffling. So, now, Scorpio. What I feel from these cards, let me put the big screen on for a second, is you're very much on a mythic journey at the moment. This is, despite the fact that I'm using the Game of Thrones tarot, so that's implicit, I'm really getting the feeling of mission, divine mission, a heroic story, a heroic journey. This Ace of Coins, it's almost like whoever is holding it, as we know, Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning, but whoever is holding it, it's a magic coin and he's looking for the magic slot machine to go put it in. Ignore the fact that it's a medieval style coin. It's a token taking you somewhere. You are. I hadn't even looked at the clarification cards, but we have Ace of Cups, so a whole new dream, love coming forward, and 9 of Cups. Now with the Deviant Moon 9 of Cups, I sometimes feel a little bit dodgy about it, because let's face it, in mythology, genies are tricky. But I don't at all. It's almost like you have finally been given the mission that you wanted, and you are all ready and fired up to embark on whatever this mission is. Now, you're coming from a point of previous nurturing but manifestation. It's almost like you've laid plans, you've tried to pull things together, Oh, and a divine pairing there, look, with the King of Pentacles, Queen of Coins, and King of Stones. Oh! So if this was a love reading, if you've watched my readings before, you know I don't do love readings. But if this was a love reading, did you have the choice of two suitors? But I don't think that's what's going on at all. There's something that you nurtured to bring disparate elements together, where everybody together was coming into their power. We have the Three of Cups on the bottom of the decks, King of Cups showing that emotional resolution, and the Tower with the Ace of Stones right underneath it. So, but this particular tower, that lightning bolt striking, it's rather than thinking, oh my God, a disaster, I'm thinking more of how are most superheroes created? You know, it's like some form of accident, caught in a nuclear explosion, bitten by a radioactive spider, bombarded by gamma radiation or cosmic rays or what have you. Basically, lightning strikes. And I think lightning has struck with you. But there's plans that you set into motion, and you needed the assistance. That's right. You needed the assistance of others to get these plans into motion, but it has worked. We're at a time. You've just passed through a time of victory, a time where people have committed to you, and a time where you had plenty of options on how you was going to proceed forward. But you gained the clarity that you required, and the foundation of things that you needed. So the material world, whether it's the home, the job, the position, the location, the correct associates, the correct friends, the correct contacts, the correct tools. But you've really been, there's a lot of court cards and a lot of really powerful cards here. You've really been declaring your own power once you had that clarity. You had a victory and then you had options. Then you was like, right, where are we going from here? And then once you finally got the clarity, it's almost like there's something that you did need to cut out, but that clarity, you notice the big candlestick in the middle of this 10 of coins, Ionian pillar, that you had all that material, 3D, really real world, physical world resources that you needed to progress forward to take your, to take your victory forward. However, some of this has been done in secret. And some of this has been getting all these resources together was quite the balancing act where you stream, but now you have the freedom to move forward as shown by your little magic token there. But at the same time, you're looking, as much as you are continuing that victory, your eyes are open all around you for potential threats. There's something that has been bothering you. There's one last thing that you need to face before you can be reborn, before you can come into the new power of yourself. Yeah, that anxiety is underlying things. So I'll have a look at the distant past in a minute, because there is some form of law or structure that has been imposed from outside, someone that you're butting heads with, but they also offer you a complete rebirth in the facing against them. I haven't looked through the downward facing oracle cards yet, but one thing today, a lot of the readings I've done, Serenus has shown up. A lot of the March readings, Serenus as shapeshifting has shown up, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's in here. Interestingly, here, in the very near future, taking on of burdens with the Ten of Spears, every reading I've done today, that card has turned up in that position. Okay, this is only about reading number 4 I've done today, but nonetheless, it's significant. But with everything that's going on in the world, like coronavirus and all sorts, I think we are all taking on burdens at the moment. We're going to have to help those around you. And that's the other thing I'm getting from all of this reading, all this heroic journey. This is affecting more than just you. It's a very personal thing that you are doing, a very personal journey that you are going on, but the effects of it echo out, ripple out. That's the word I want, ripple out. But yeah, you're butting heads with somebody, and the anxiety of the facing off against them, because it's almost like they're offering you, like I say, they're offering you some form of rebirth, but you're having to change who you are in order to, I don't want to say fight them, face them. And you don't necessarily want to change who you are, but it opens up a whole world of possibilities to you. With the world tree here, obviously representing the world, but I'm also reminded of the world tree between the 9 realms. You know, you can go anywhere with this. So, yeah, change who you are. I seem to remember saying this in your last reading. You're Scorpio. You're all about transformation. Crack on. But this is leading you. Right, once you have this confrontation, whether it's someone laying the law down to you, cutting you out, more laying the law down, I think, or giving you information that you really, really don't like, and the fact that it's true makes it hurtful, that you blossom after that point. But there is a risk that you can miss out on the joy that facing this challenge can bring. This is one thing that I find with this Page of Bows. You know, there's still information coming to you here, but be careful that you don't miss out on the fact that where you was aiming on going, you need to do what you was planning on doing, but the dream itself may need to change slightly to get the same result. Let's have a look at the different. In the past, you've been called. In the past, you've been called on to protect everything that was yours, and you didn't necessarily make the best of decisions. And I feel that this produced conflict within your friends, and you needed to almost get yourself into debt, either through deed or through money or what have you, to try and sort this out. And whatever it was, although you'd come to a whole new level, the world seemed a lot bigger, a lot sparser, a lot emptier, and you felt quite. Now this is curious. We have 4 of Swords, 2 of Cups, well, 2 of Vessels. So we have that harmony in that lover's soulmate aspect, but we also have that you are isolating yourself. Could it be that you missed out on some opportunity because you were isolating yourself and didn't grab hold of a unity that was offered to you, whether that's a relationship, job, position, what have you? That's what I get the impression. But anyway, have this confrontation, whatever that means. And it's confrontation with a very, very, very small c. You need to face this. Not necessarily fight it, but face it. Stand up to it. If standing up to it means that you have information that you do not like but you know is true, the facing it is going, okay, that's true then. Where do we go from here? But there is a burden that, this is really nice. You take on the burden of whatever is delivered from this confrontation. It enables you to plan how to move forward, and you're ending up going to a whole new area. You're going to end up with better perspective of whatever it is that you're trying to work through at the moment. Because I do believe that if this reading is for you, you know what I'm talking about, because this is something that you have already set into motion. Whatever it is, you've already set it into motion. Okay, so Help is going to come from really unusual places. And there's magic in the air here. 3 of Wands, so your ship's coming in. But notice these 3 of Wands are growing flowers under the influence of the moonlight. The moon is shining its magic upon them. Something is being reflected to you that makes you go, now I know how to move forward. And again, it's fast. When you start moving on, it's fast. The winds of change are blowing, and you are having the opportunity to unleash the beast, I think, is that's what I'm getting from this 9 of Swords cards. It's one of the stark wolves trapped in a room. Now, bear in mind that the stark wolves were incredibly loyal. Incredibly loyal. So it's been locked up because, oh my God, wolf's scary. But with the right handling, you've got a friend for life there. And this is where we have the Judgment card with the Night King, was he called? Ice King? Night King? Night King. The Mirror and the Ace of Swords. Yes, you were worried about shape-shifting, don't be, because you are going to. You are going to. You are being forged in a fire at the moment. And unlike other fires that you've been through in the past, this is nowhere near as unpleasant as it has been in the past, which is really lucky considering, 1, the astrology at the moment, and 2, what everyone else is going through with the other readings I've been doing so far. So, I mean, this Ace of Swords here, it's not quite by the power of Grayskull, I have the power, you know, but it is very much, no, I picked this sword up because this is the right thing to do. This is where I need to go. This is what will light my way. There is something you are definitely sticking up for, something you are definitely fighting for, and something that you are seeking. But in the terms of the mythic journey, there is a guardian that you have to get past. And they're scary, but that's all they are. I don't think they're necessarily dangerous. I don't think they will hurt you. You are more likely to hurt yourself by refusing to face them. But when I say facing them, I don't necessarily mean a fight or a face-off. I use the term confrontation. It's a stand up and be present, be there, whether it's bad facts or whether it's somebody who is against you and that you need to push back against, but you don't necessarily have to push back against. But if that is the case, it will be a transformative experience for you. And if it's not the case, then they will have transformative information for you if you accept it. Let's have a look, because this is the other reason. The Oracle cards that did flip over. The Rainmaker. What you are doing is looking after a lot of people by whatever this journey is. Now, I don't see the other, apart from there's a huge abundance of court cards, I don't see the people that you are looking after in this reading, but I don't need to because the reading's about you. But I do know that the effects that you are going through, you know, so this could be dealing with some form of karma on behalf of your family. This could be being in some political battle on behalf of your constituents, fellow citizens, whatever. This could be, because a politician will have time to watch one of my readings. This could be, it's definitely where you're fighting for more than just yourself. Or the results of you having this fight affects more than just you. You're paving the way. We have Prometheus with altruism. We have Gaia the Mother, so showing the scope of effect. You're doing this for the planet. Now, if only I could remember whatever Captain Planet's slogan was. We have Dionysus with freedom and Helios with illumination. No, I can't pronounce her name. Hininu maybe? Hininu with trust. Okay, so I feel that there is an element of trusting that you're on the right path and trusting people for what they are capable of. Whoever this person or being is that you have to face, trust them to be who they are. I don't necessarily trust them as in trust them not to hurt you, or trust them not to be offensive, or trust them not to do something. Trust them to be exactly who they are. They've been who they are for a long time and they're very good at it, so you can trust them to be that. And I think there is an element of a lot of trust because they are giving you the tools to be the next iteration of who you are. And I say the next iteration because you could say Scorpio is a bit like Doctor Who. You transform and then you transform again and then you transform again. At least the Scorpio energy initiates those transformations. So if you start glowing and have light shooting out of your collar and your sleeves, don't worry about it. Resilience, again, that sense of I have to stand, I have to take a stand. And Ixchel, medicine woman, you are a channel for divine healing power. What you do here is good for you, and by being good for you is good for others, whether you're doing it as a trailblazer or whether it's an energetic thing, or whether it's a job thing, a workers' rights thing, just even if it's just politics within the family thing, you know, and this is like father or grandfather or even mother or grandmother that you're standing up to and either saying no to or hearing a good few home truths about not necessarily you. That's the other thing I get with this King of Swords card. When I was talking about that aspect of truths that you have to face that you don't necessarily like, I don't think they're necessarily about you, but they do affect you. But with Ixchel, you are showing the knock-on effect that all of these actions have. So one of your potential futures, these two piles here, are either a potential future or two potential futures. We'll see. So if you take that clarity, yes, you've got to be persistent, but you will be able to travel far and manifest quite a fair bit here. You will be able to not overstep, that's the wrong word. What's the right word? Well, the guy's on stilts and he's got a really wide stride and he can step over everything. So, yeah, I don't want you to overstep, but you are stepping over. Whatever obstacles come your way, you get with that Six of Swords, that Page of Wands here, you're getting that sense of travel, of movement, whether that's philosophical or physical. Now, there is a conflict that you have to deal with. I mean, from what we've been saying, yeah, of course there is. But fortune will go in your way and there is a commitment that will come for you, something that will be committed to you. You may be making an equal commitment, so it might be, Four of Wands. We had the Two of, where was it, back here? Two of Vessels, didn't we? So that Two of Vessels, Two of Cups is in the relevant but old past. Relevant as in whatever lesson you learnt there. But this is a new commitment coming in, or a commitment being... Yeah, a new commitment coming in, not necessarily from a new person or people, but a new commitment that is being given to you, I feel, because it's paired with the Wheel of Fortune, of things that come to you, good or bad, rather than things that you are stepping out for. Because at the minute, I think other people are... Right. I think other people are seeing, right, you've seen the wisdom of what you need to do and where you want to go and what you're wanting to do. Get on with it. We have the Hanged Man here. But I'm not getting the confusion from this Hanged Man. I'm simply getting that sense of suspension. That sense of not moving forward quite as fast as you need to. With the Queen of Arrows, again, there's that shapeshift. Swans often mean shapeshifting for me because I think of was it Zeus and Leda changed into swans, or Zeus changed them into swans. But yeah, you have found your inner light. Start using it. You're worried about the effects. You're worried that it's going to leave you poor as, and that it's a dream that's not necessarily worth anything. But I would say that you lose more by not doing this. You lose more by not taking this stand, because at the very end we have wish fulfillment, and I'm not getting the gluttony aspect. 9 of Cups. I'm getting a satisfied. It's the chubby fella who ended up being a librarian, Jon Snow's best mate, sat in the library of wherever it was he ended up going to study. And you can tell I'm really Game of Thrones fluent, aren't I? I did watch the whole thing. But I don't feel he's sat there with gluttony. He's in front of this huge bookcase of books. And it's almost like look at what I've saved. Look at what I have preserved. Look at what I have gathered. In the terms of all the knowledge and the wisdom and the books can contain. It offers a whole new start with the Wanderer, and yeah, the conflict will carry on. Of course the conflict will carry on, but you may find out that after a while, a few months down the line, that conflict is like a little bit more good-natured, and it's risen from out of actions. And yeah, actions, whether it's tripping people up at work, laying traps for people metaphorically in the workplace, what have you. And it's moved more to, well, I think this, well, I think this. And there's an underlying mutual respect. Now, I think it was Minnow Pond, Chris from Minnow Pond Tarot, that said he sees the Deviant Moon Tarot as quite a dark one, but this 5 of Wands here is really, I don't know, I look at it and I want to laugh. They're having fun. I mean, they're beating the crap out of each other with sticks, but they're having fun. There doesn't seem to be any malice here, which is a progression from what was going down here. And I do think that maybe if you are seeing malice in your environment, it's more perceived than real. We've got that mirror card here. So you can't make it up with these cards, can you? The Angel of Harmony. I live in harmony when I am at one with the source. And don't let your past hold you back. Yeah, I think maybe you're seeing more maliciousness than what is actually there, possibly. This is more battling demons within yourself, as well as like the whole, what I was saying about community political action or some such. But there's definitely a heroic journey here on some scale. The commitment is coming to you as long as you are taking action. It is time to come together with someone. So that 4 of Wands. It is time for an adventure. It's time for song. You just simply need to increase your awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. That all starts with this confrontation, whatever it is. The Great Gathering, it's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Like I say, this is a very important time in your life. So yes, go after what you desire, because it is a form of purification. There is prosperity here. I am always learning. I feed my mind every day. This is exactly what you've got to go and do. Have this confrontation. Sorry, I haven't got enough free hands. Have this confrontation and learn. And then transform. Move beyond ancestral patterns. Blossoming abundance. Like I say, you end up in a really good space with this. Wisdom. And then finally, cloak with concealment. There is something, wasn't there, around here? Yes. It's time to take that cloak off. It's time to... okay, how can I put it? You know whatever it is with this Seven of Swords that you are concealing. It's time to know that it is soon time to reveal whatever it is that you are concealing. I don't want to say it's time yet, because I feel like it's almost a weapon in your arsenal. But it has got to come out at some point. So, if that means anything for you, Scorpio, which I hope it does, then comment down below. Please press subscribe while you're there, just in case I haven't mentioned. Also, go to the Facebook page if you're wanting to contact me for a reading, because, mind you, looking at this, I don't think you're going to have time. You've got a lot going on here. Best of luck with all of this. But, yeah, time to stand up and face the Night King. All right, on that cheery thought, cheers.